Welcome to my presentation. I am Savannah Wilkerson, and I will be expounding on the organizational culture of Head Start. Organizational culture is the set of values, beliefs, and behaviors that shape how the employees of an organization interact with one another and with the external environment. I hope this video enhances your understanding of this topic and how it manifests in the real world. The first thing we'll talk about is key cultural attributes of Head Start. The first one is that it is child-centered. At its core, Head Start prioritizes the needs and well-being of children. The focus is on nurturing every aspect of a child's growth, from cognitive and academic skills to emotional and social development. So for my first personal experience, one of my favorite moments of our creative curriculum implementation is when we have our morning meeting with students. This is where they freely discuss their thoughts on our theme or topic, and we take their answers and base our next steps on that, where we create activities to enhance their observable knowledge. For instance, last month we talked about things we see in the fall season, and some children were more interested in the leaves changing color, while others were intrigued by pumpkins. Students were divided into small groups to explore their concept of interest through an activity, and then they came back to share their findings and thoughts. So not only did the children learn about their own interest, but they were introduced to their peers' interest. This provided them with an engaging dual learning experience, all based on their interests. The next cultural concept is that we have a holistic approach. Recognizing that children's development is multifaceted, Head Start doesn't just emphasize academics. Health, nutrition, social, and emotional well-being are all equally prioritized. And this not only goes for the children, but many programs are offered for employees, like the Employee Assistance Program, where they can receive therapeutic services, free legal advice, and other things like that to help in their personal lives as they carry out their teaching. So, a second personal experience with this is a few years ago, we suspected one of our students had cognitive delays because he would answer incorrectly to most visual prompts. However, our program provides a free vision screening during school hours, and the doctors were able to detect severe vision problems in the child's right eye. They received treatment and new glasses, and the child's academic and physical development improved immediately. So, the next cultural concept of our organization is family empowerment. Believing that parents and families are the primary educators of their children, Head Start actively involves parents in the education process. Parent committees, involvement in decision making, and regular communications are foundational to the program. The next aspect is community collaboration. Many Head Start centers partner with local community organizations, businesses, and health providers to bring additional resources and support to the children and their families. Another one is diversity inclusion, if not the most important and most emphasized aspect of our program. Head Starts often serve diverse communities. Embracing cultural, linguistic, and social economic diversity is central to the program's approach. Many centers celebrate cultural events, incorporate multiple languages, and provide materials that reflect a range of cultures and backgrounds. So, my third personal experience with this, I work firsthand with diversity and inclusion among my students, including those with special needs and different cultural backgrounds. For example, this school year I have two students with autism, two with speech delays, and another with a physical impairment, all along with several other typically developing children. We have individual education plans, also known as IEPs, and have ongoing meetings to ensure we are making progress and meeting goals for all children, as well as measuring whether the classroom is appropriately representing inclusiveness. One child in particular is now answering to his own name and attempting to play with certain peers, which is something he would not do at the beginning of the year. Another aspect is continuous improvement, also known as professional development. The program emphasizes ongoing training and professional development for its staff. Furthermore, they utilize research and feedback to refine and improve their strategies and interventions continually. So, another awesome personal experience with this is about 5 years ago, I went out on a limb to advocate for the deficiencies of teachers' professionalism being a result in the lack of creativity when our organization planned our trainings. I expressed that we need more creativity in the professional development that we receive rather than the same humdrum gatherings we were used to. As a response, the agency sent several teachers, including myself, to out of town early childhood conferences with all expenses paid. These were observably impactful as teachers began to take their role more seriously by putting deeper thought into their lesson plans and considering their interactions with students. So, another major cultural aspect of our organization is respect and compassion. Interactions within the Head Start community are characterized by respect, empathy, and understanding. They recognize the unique challenges many families face and approach them with compassion. This is also highly encouraged among colleagues because we do have personal lives that exist. And it's always encouraged to have those conversations with your colleagues and think outside the box that they may be going through a lot of things that we don't know about. And that is highly talked about in our professional developments as well. So, one of the last aspects of our organization's culture is accountability. Being a federally funded program, there's a high level of accountability. This means rigorous standards, regular evaluations, and an emphasis on transparency. So, for my final personal experience, I'll share about a time in 2018. I became very complacent and comfortable as a result of constant praise for my hard work. I had an outstanding attitude. I was just very exceptional to the teacher culture that we had at that time. I admittedly began to decline in my duties, and a sense of false confidence allowed me to slip up, missing deadlines and showing carelessness in paperwork. Despite the almost perfect reputation I had earned thus far, my administration decided to exhibit fairness in this instance and threatened to write me up. This hit me like a ton of bricks, and I realized accountability was for everyone, including me. Our agency has to answer to someone who has to answer to someone else, which goes all the way up the chain to Washington, D.C., and compliance was highly mandatory. 10 benefits of diversity for the culture of Head Start programs include enhanced learning experiences, improved cognitive skills, language development, fostering empathy, preparation for a globalized world, reduction of prejudices, parent engagement, innovative teaching methods, cultural celebrations, and strengthened community bonds. In summary, the culture of Head Start programs can be described as one that is mission driven, child centric, and family oriented. It values inclusivity, collaboration, and continuous learning, as well as accountability, all within a framework of respect and compassion. Through the lens of these benefits and all this information I provided, it becomes evident that diversity is not just an added bonus to an already well made organizational structure, but a necessity for remaining relative and effective. And here are 5 of the references I used to create this PowerPoint presentation. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.